It starts with a swipe, a soft beep. No pain, no warning, just a tiny promise. You can pay this later. 3 months later, you're still paying for dinner you barely remember. Not because you're irresponsible, but because the math was never on your side. My name is RJ, and today we're here to discuss the topic, the credit card math that quietly keeps you poor, what it is, and why it matters right now more than ever. Let's slow this down. Credit cards didn't start as a trap. They started as convenience, a way to smooth life, bridge cash flow, handle emergencies. And for a moment, they actually do that. You buy groceries, you fill gas, you book a flight. Nothing breaks, nothing explodes. Life keeps moving. That's the first illusion, that nothing is happening. But the system isn't built around the purchase. It's built around the time after the purchase. Here's the part nobody explains clearly. When you swipe a credit card, you are not borrowing money the way you borrow from a friend. You are renting money, and the rent is calculated daily, not monthly, daily. Let's put real numbers on this. The average credit card APR in the US today floats around 20 to 25%. Some cards push past 30. That sounds abstract, so let's make it human. You put a $3,000 balance on a card, not luxury spending, just life. Rent overlap, medical bill, groceries, flights home. Your minimum payment shows up, maybe $75. You pay it. You feel responsible. You did what was asked. But here's the quiet part. At 24% APR, your card is charging you about 2% per month. On $3,000, that's $60 in interest. So out of your $75 payment, $60 disappears instantly. $15 actually touches the balance. You didn't pay off $75, you paid off $15. And next month, the cycle repeats. This is not accidental design. This is the product. Minimum payments are not there to help you get out of debt. They are there to keep you in it. If you only make minimum payments on that $3,000 balance, it can take over 15 years to pay it off, and you'll pay almost double the original amount. For groceries, for gas, for life. And here's where the math gets darker, because interest isn't the only thing happening. Your balance affects your credit utilization. Your utilization affects your credit score. Your credit score affects your interest rates everywhere else. Car loans, personal loans, insurance premiums, even job background checks in some industries. So one balance quietly leaks into your entire financial identity. This is how the system compounds. Now, zoom out. Why does this matter right now? Because wages have grown slowly, prices have not. Rent didn't inch up, it jumped. Groceries didn't inflate gently, they spiked. Credit cards became the shock absorber. And shock absorbers wear out. More Americans are carrying balances than ever before, and the balances are larger. Not because people suddenly became reckless, but because the math stopped forgiving. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Credit cards are marketed as tools for flexibility, but they are optimized for dependency. Rewards points, cashback, travel perks, all real, all seductive, but none of them outpace interest. You might earn 2% back while paying 24% forward. That's not a perk. That's a rounding error used as a distraction. The irony is sharp. The more responsibly you use the card by staying current, the longer the system can extract value from you. Miss a payment and you're punished loudly. Make every payment on time and you're drained quietly. Now let's talk about time. Interest doesn't feel dangerous because it moves slowly at first. That's intentional. Early payments feel manageable. Balances feel stable. Life feels under control. Then something small happens. A missed paycheck, a medical bill, a flight you couldn't avoid. The balance creeps up. Minimum payments rise. Interest grows faster. At a certain point, you're no longer paying for purchases. You're paying for the past. And the past charges interest. This is where people get stuck. Not broke in a dramatic way, but trapped in a low-grade financial drag. Every month, money leaves before it can build anything. No investing, no buffer, no margin, just maintenance. And here's the bigger implication most people never connect. Credit card debt doesn't just take money. It takes options. You stay in jobs longer than you want. You delay moves. You say no to risks that could change your trajectory. Because the minimum payment doesn't care about your dreams, it only cares about staying fed. The system works best when balances revolve forever. That's why payoff timelines are buried. That's why statements highlight minimums. That's why buy now, pay later feels harmless. It all speaks the same language. Future you will handle this, but future you is already busy. None of this means credit cards are evil. They are precise. They do exactly what they are designed to do. The question is whether you understand the math well enough to step outside the default path. Because the default path isn't freedom. It's friction that never quite explodes, but never quite disappears either. So here's the thought I want to leave you with. If a system makes money when you stand still, what happens to you when you stop moving forward? And more importantly, how much of your life has already been priced into that silence?